Okay, leaks is finally over. It is time to get back to reality, and I want to talk to you about one of the craziest updates that has ever happened to old school RuneScape and showcase how out of touch Jagex was with the community about 2 years ago. While I'm doing all of these clues that I have left over before the leak started. Apparently, it's spring cleaning, baby. The day is 7th of November 2019. After a long and good discussion, going back and forth, already failing with this once, Jagex has come up with a reworked, polished player versus player system where you get other players as your targets, and killing them rewards you points, and you can swap those points for goodies. Now, surely nobody's gonna exploit this system, right? Well, if you have watched any of my videos ever, you know this is about to become a disaster. This was the day Bounty Hunter 2 was released, which ended up getting thousands of accounts banned and billions of unnecessary gold brought into the game. Now, let's rewind a little bit back to the day when the initial Bounty Hunter 1 was released. The first iteration was a disaster, even though many of the PKers think it's the best one out of the three. But the fact is, they released it, they realized they messed up, because guess what, the people started exploiting it. Jagex tried to change it like 7 different times and then scrapped it because they just couldn't make it work, and that was that. Now jump back into present. Mod Gambit has been working on Bounty Hunter 2 for months now. The first time we heard about it was in August, and it got released in November. The most noticeable difference is the reworked point system where you get points basically killing your targets. You get extra points if both of you are in a hot zone. You get extra points if you complete a task, say kill your opponent without using any prayers for example. And you get extra points for every target kill count, so if you somehow manage to get 1000 target kills, you get 150 points. To help you understand the points a little bit better, at the time 1 point was valued around 25 to 50k gold, depending on what point of time you decided to cash in. So it was expected that, let's say you complete your 1000 target kills, you can gain up to 7 million GP with killing a single person. It was meant to reward and bring in people to PK more, make the wildy more alive. But it ended up doing the exact opposite. I want you to look at these clips and see how insane all of this was. Not only did people not get attracted to PKing, there was bot farms built on this entire concept to abuse the system. All of these clips were taken on different days, and this is just few examples. To put into perspective how crazy all of this was, the Bounty Hunter 2 update ran for over 2 months before Jagex was like, yeah, this shit is crazy. We have to remove this now or it will get out of control. One of the best YouTubers out there in old school RuneScape, Dorvesta, he made a great video about this and he tested the method himself and came to the conclusion that the accounts that are no more than 4 or 5 days old with almost zero requirements can earn up to 7 million GP an hour abusing these methods. Some of the best money making methods back there were only like 3 to 4 million GP and they required so much more effort and time to do efficiently. Anyone could do this bounty hunter, all you needed was 50 combats, that's it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, Jagex didn't remove this for Iron Man, so they could abuse this system as well, which ended up putting billions of GP into Iron Man accounts throughout those 2 months when those accounts were like level 50. Okay, let's open these clues and then I'll show you my other daily routine. God damn, I look good in this outfit. I love Fashionscape. Okay, beginner clues first, what do we get? Yep, I am rich now. I am definitely rich. Hopefully next one is better. Medium clues. Oh, okay, yeah, I am even more rich now. That is amazing to see. Okay, let's do easy clue. Yep, I am definitely rich now. Hard clue. That is 69k, nice. And the elite clue is 146k with nothing good. Okay, yep. So how much did we all get from this 232k? Was it worth it? No, it wasn't not. You know what all of this reminded me? Back in like 2010, Jagex came out with a PvP system that was supposed to incentivize players to kill each other for great loot. The idea was that whenever you were in a PvP area, you gained EP or estimated potential. It went up to 100%, and the more EP you had, the better loot you would get. When you were in a hot zone, by the way, which is like a throwback to Bounty Hunter 2 hot zones, you gained 25% EP per 30 minutes. And when you were not in hot zones, you gained half of that. So what people ended up doing is they just standed in hot zones for 2 hours, gained 100% potential loot awards. Your friend did the exact same thing, then both of you geared up, you killed each other 2 or 3 times and gained up to like 7 million GP loot. There was all the weird PvP gear, there were all these statues and totems you could get, it was so randomized. And I remember all of it because I used to abuse that shit daily. Whenever I had nothing to do, all I had to do was go stand in a hot zone in a PvP world for 2 hours AFKing, playing some other games meanwhile. 2 hours later I go kill my friend for like 5 million GP and just repeat that over and over and over until we both had like 200 million bank after a week. I remember the first time I got 99 herb lore and how ecstatic I was. I never had this much money. Back in 2010, items like Armadir Godsword were like 70 million GP, which not many people could afford. So getting 200 million in like a week was absolutely mental. And a lot of the bounty hunter updates feel very similar to that 2010 PvP update we had in the original game. Those were some good times, man. Oh yeah, and I haven't even talked about Bounty Hunter 3, which was even a bigger disaster. Yeah, they tried to bring in that same exact update 3 times and failed all 3 times. Oh, Jagex, please. You are making me... I'm not gonna say that word. Oh my god, I am so bad at Gauntlet. Leagues 3 has actually ruined me. It made everything so easy and now everything is so hard. Please give me something good loot to make up for the elite crews. Oh yeah, of course, we get nothing. Well, now you know, one of my daily routines is always do one corrupted Gauntlet KC just in case I get 175 million GP. No luck today though. Now, I will say one thing. I don't think it's entirely on Jagex for the blame, and we as the players should take responsibility in this particular case as well. Now before you say anything, hear me out, okay? I can already see you type 5 paragraphs of hate comments on how I shouldn't blame the players. But you see, players have been complaining about PvP for years now. Way before the first version of Bounty Hunter came out, because players felt that PvP was neglected completely compared to other aspects of the game. And there was a reason for that. It is so much more difficult to figure out player versus player than player versus AI. You see, PvM updates are easy. You slap on a theme for a boss, dragon, spider, giant, whatever creature you wanna do. Give it a few mechanics that are within the boundaries of old school RuneScape, add some drops and you have some good PvM content. It's super easy to do, you can do it infinitely and players are happy. With PvP however, okay. Let me say this. Jagex has done more than 10 PvM updates throughout old school RuneScape. All of them have like new rewards, new mechanics or whatever. And all 10 plus updates have been heavily abused to a point where they either have to completely remove it or drastically change it. Any rewards are just completely abused to death. Take LMS, take Bounty Hunter, take PvP, take wildy bosses that are complete failure, take Revenants, take anything related to the wilderness. And it's naive to think that players won't stop abusing this no matter what iteration of the updates we get next. Okay, let me take you back to the very beginning. From the years of 2001 to 2008, there was a 7-year period where 0 significant updates to the wilderness happened. And the wilderness was absolutely blooming. Every part of the wildy you could find a player, no matter what world you were in. Then came the initial 2008 Bounty Hunter updates. And that was still abused. Still people raked in millions of GP because of the target systems. It was ridiculous. That was 14 years ago. And it is funny to think that to this day we still have the exact same problems. I just think it's very hard to make PvP content where players can't abuse stuff. It does seem though like Jagex keeps stepping on the same rake over and over again expecting a different outcome. Like, oh, maybe our player base will act nice this time and actually use the updates to play the game how it's meant to be. Fuck no. Fuck no. They keep milking the cow until it's dead. In this case, however, the cow was milked for over 2 months. Nobody was actually fighting in Bounty Hunter, everybody was just standing next to the wilderness ditch and farming millions of GP every hour. Within weeks of release, bots started to take it over. Thousands of accounts got banned. Jagex themselves said no damage was done to the economy, but think about this. At every second of the day, there were hundreds of people at Bounty Hunter Worlds, bringing in millions of GP for months. How is that not damaging? There were rumors that some of the ideas for Bounty Hunter 2 were made in a few days, with no testing whatsoever. There were also rumors that Mod Matt K said the team had no idea what they wanted to do with Bounty Hunter 2, but they still released it. Again, all of these were rumors, but looking back since 2008 until the present day, not much has changed in the past 15 years, in a sense that it was a failure 15 years ago, it was a failure in 2010, 2015, 17, 19, and today. And I don't want to curse it, okay? But looking at the track record for the past 15 years, the next PvP update might just end up the same way. Thank you for watching. Jesus Christ, okay, at least give me some good loot. Of course not. Why would I ever expect anything good in this game? I do know that after this video I'm gonna be the #1 target for Jagex. It's gonna be like, let me see, it's gonna be number 3 is spotting, number 2 is real world trading, and number 1 is Grievous. And they're gonna hunt me down because I keep hating on them, but they keep fucking up.